failures as the key to successes. I was just thinking of listening to Zaheer say that and wondering if that's the mantra that Sri Lanka have to live by as a team, because it's not been a great time for them in either format, in all three formats in fact, other than that one South Africa bright spot, and the fact that they've got a new man in charge. And you have to keep track of where Mickey Arthur goes because he's all over the place. Yes, let's confirm he is in there. And let's hear from Mickey Arthur before we assess where Sri Lanka stand now.
Hopefully, the experience that I bring into this job is going to give them that. It's going to be a tough ride for the players. It's going to be hard work. But I'm comfortable that we've got the skills there to be able to mold it and put it into something that's going to be really good, because it's a very proud cricket nation, and I'm comfortable we've got the tools to make it work. We've got a very good coaching staff. We've got some very skilled players. It's just about getting all the parts of the jigsaw into place. It was amazing. Grant Flower and I were sitting, because Grant was with me in Pakistan. We were actually just discussing it the other night, that we feel we're in exactly the same phase now as Sri Lanka as we were when we started with Pakistan. And hopefully we can mold a team, give some young guys experience and give them ultimate success.
Even if you hadn't heard the last bit of what Mickey Arthur said, is the first bit of what he said almost a template? Could he have said it in Pakistan colours, in any colours? We've got the skills, very proud nation.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. We have these records, right? Have you scored a century against each country? Have you taken a 5-4 against each country? I wonder whether Mickey Arthur and Dav Watmore send each other messages saying, have you coached this country yet? Have you coached this team yet? But it's an interesting time to coach Sri Lanka, because there's a lot of talent coming through. You've got an opportunity to do something with the Sri Lankan side. They're down, you've got to lift them up, but it's a time to do, it's an opportunity to do something. I thought they had a really good coach before, but obviously that didn't work out for them. With Chandika Hathura Singh is asking them for a lot of money, by the way. I hope he gets some of it. But
well, Bangladesh rated him very highly as well.
Coach, yeah.
But it was interesting. But when you talk about a figure like Mickey Arthur, when he's there without the likes of Muralidharan, Sangakkara, Jayawardene, Dilshan, so many of them missing, maybe he's the right kind of person to be that father figure around.
Why did you say figure like that? Okay.
You're not leaving him today, huh?
We go back a long way.
No, it's not just Mickey Arthur. He's not sparing anyone today. You're next.
I think it's a good time. I think what's required for Sri Lankan cricket is to have some kind of stability. Yeah. If you look at the last couple of years and the number of players represented Sri Lanka, the list is huge, and it's a long list of players which have got the opportunity, but never really they never really got the opportunities consistently. So I think what's important for Sri Lankan cricket is to identify that core group and stick with that. I think if they are able to do that, then they will definitely see success in next year or so for sure. And to achieve that, I think Mickey Arthur is a good person. He's a hard taskmaster. He will set those processes, the team environment, and that discipline which is required. As the baseline. The basic work ethics. The work which players should put in. I think those kind of things you'll be able to execute it well, and with the stability and a good leader. I think that good leader is very important. So from that point of view, I think Angelo and Lasith Malinga will have a huge role to play in terms of giving direction to all these youngsters and get them up to speed and bring about that belief also in that group. I think that's the most important thing.
To be fair, coach, you talked about work ethic. Remember, the first team he coached was a team that was defined for its work ethic. That was a very good South African side. So he would have picked that up from there. He might give his team some homework to do from time to time. And he'll ask them to slip it under the door, and if they don't, the homework thing was blown out of proportion.
Mickey Arthur and Australia didn't gel well together.
The homework thing was blown out of proportion.
Yeah, it was blown out of proportion. But again, those numbers we mentioned earlier, 18 out of 57, we have to sort of say that, listen, they are a team in transition in that sense. It's not an excuse, but it's just the reality.
Also, they keep throwing up a lot of talent that's not becoming big. Kusal Perera is a fine talent. He plays these sporadic match-winning innings, but he's not a consistent performer. He's not a Rohit Sharma, for example. He's not a consistent performer. Kusal Mendes should have become an even better player by now because we know his ability. I think even Angelo Matthews should have been a better player by now. So that's the issue. I think what Mickey Arthur has to do is take all this talent that's coming through. Avishka Fernando is a great talent. Oshada Fernando is a great talent. Take this talent and show them how far they can go.
Yeah, I think, we talk about obviously the obvious resemblance to Sanat Jayasuriya, and everyone said, okay, that's the next Jayasuriya. Never got there. Bit like Darren Bravo and Brian Lara. The resemblance was there, that's about it.
Sometimes it's good not to have a resemblance. You don't get compared to somebody then.